Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. I'm Shania Richburg and today is Wednesday, January 30th. Here's today's UCF Nightly News Update. UCF PD arrested a Tower 3 resident yesterday on possession of an AR-15 after anonymous tips were reported. Sophomore Max Bennett Chambers is a mechanical engineering major who was booked yesterday at 4:15 p.m. Chambers claims to be a member of UCF's Army ROTC program, according to his Facebook profile. Tower 3 staff declined to comment on the arrest. Nightly News will keep you updated on this developing story. UCF Social Justice and Advocacy created an interactive experience for students, faculty, and staff that demonstrated different types of oppression. The Tunnel of Oppression took its audience through 6 rooms, each with a different theme. Some themes included sexual assault, homelessness, and human trafficking in the U.S. New to this year's event is how Central Florida residents are dealing with environmental injustice. The director of SJAA, Dr. Edwana Andrews, said students help decide which topics they'll feature.
And so this year we have done some new topics. It's the first time we've done environmental justice. And so we wanted to not only educate our campus community, but we also wanted to make it relevant.
Environmental injustice looked into the effects of air pollution in the Paramore community. Efforts are still underway to help those who weren't receiving paychecks for over a month. Nightly News reporter Haley Rowland tells us how one group at UCF is helping those affected by the government shutdown.
Yeah, I think this is necessary for us to do.
Vincent Marcucci is a member of the Campus Peace Action Club at UCF. He says his club is focusing on getting donations of both food and money for recently furloughed federal employees. But the government temporarily reopened this past week, which may finally provide some relief to those Marcucci is trying to help.
We've been planning this event for about a week and a half, and last week we heard that the government had just reopened. And the crazy thing about this is that it's not a solution to everything.
Marcucci says not all federal workers can expect to be compensated for the days they worked over the past month, and that's why it's so important to Marcucci that CPA continues to gather donations.
Now, CPA had a goal of raising both food and money, and their goal for the week was to raise $500, but within a few hours they had already raised $200.
Richard Solomon was able to contribute to that $200 mark. Solomon says donating is just the right thing to do.
You should donate, regardless of what you think about the shutdown, regardless of if you know someone or not. You should definitely try to help these people.
The temporary reopening will only last until February 15th. After that, there's a possibility of another shutdown happening if government officials can't reach an agreement on border security. Reporting in Orlando, Haley Rowland, UCF Nightly News.
All of the donations will be handed off to Second Harvest Food Bank in Orlando. Second Harvest will be in charge of distributing the donations to employees that need them. According to U.S. Dove and World Report, the year of UCF number is 14 for outstanding online bachelor programs in the nation. About 82% of the student body at UCF takes at least one online or blended course each year. UCF Online provides flexibility for students to pursue higher education at any given time and place. Online student Janice Morales says that even though her classes are fully online, she talks to her professors face-to-face quite often.
I personally like to do my meetings with them in person because I like the feel. I think coming from a Hispanic community, we do like that personable thing.
Morales believes that other students like the convenience of taking classes around their own schedule and pace, just like she does. To learn more about UCF Online, visit ucf.edu/online. UCF Career Services held their Spring Career Expo yesterday at the CFE Arena. Over 200 different employers were at the expo holding interviews and information sessions. There were different sessions for students with specific sessions for engineering and accounting majors. Career Services holds different events throughout the semester to prepare students for the future. Now let's talk women's basketball. The Knights are back home tonight to face the University of Houston at 6 p.m. UCF is coming off a tough 2-game road stretch where they won a close game in overtime to ECU and lost at UConn. The women's team still sits second in the conference with a 6-1 record in conference play. The Cougars are looking to come into the CFE Arena and snap UCF's undefeated home winning streak. Make sure you come out to support our Lady Knights or watch the game live on ESPN3. Now, let's take a look at today's weather forecast. The high is 58 degrees. However, it will be mostly sunny with winds around 10 miles per hour. Tonight, we will have a low of 44 degrees, so be sure to stay bundled up. And for tomorrow, we're looking at a high of 65 degrees throughout the day, and by nighttime, we will have a low of 55 degrees. And that's all the time we have for today. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to keep up with all that's happening throughout the week by following us on Twitter at UCF Nightly News. Also, make sure to tune in into our newscast on Fridays at 1 p.m. on Spectrum Channel 734. I'm Shania Richburg, and have a great day.